Action.
All right, we're on.
We're on.
Well, happy Thursday, everybody. From schizophrenic Colorado. The weather here is weird. I woke up to a blizzard this morning, and then I drove like 5 miles, and it was sunny.
Oh,
it
wow.
Was very funny. Yeah,
And it's beautiful blue sky.
Yeah, I was going to say it's been nice ever since, but
We don't have anybody yet. Oh, now we have two.
well, yay.
Okay.
All right, now I can start talking.
Now you can start talking.
That's
Speak
perfect.
again.
That's right. So welcome. Today, Paula is going to start. I think this might be your best quilt. It's gorgeous. I think it's so fun.
Thank you.
It looks very, very cool. So this is called the Rocky Mountain Sampler Quilt. And this is part one.
Yep.
So, yeah.
New year.
Started to do
New year, new quilt.
New block of the month. That's
Yep.
right. That's perfect. So we hope you enjoy this one. I think it's a beautiful quilt. Do you have kits for this, by the way?
I do have kits.
Do you? Good deal. Okay.
I don't-
When we get into it a little more,
Yeah.
we'll show you a little bit about it. But again, this is actually one of Paula's specialties. So it is a free quilt, and we do have it on the website.
Yep.
You can go on to today's date under the events tab, calendar, events, and download the instructions for this beautiful quilt. And again, we do have a kit for it.
Yep.
So just a couple of quick announcements. Keep in mind, Bernina Club is a week from yesterday. So it is next Wednesday. Elaine and I will be having a fun class for you. I haven't talked about what she's doing, so I better not say.
It's going to be fabulous. It always is.
Yeah, I don't. That's a lot of pressure. So, but again, we will be doing Bernina Club next week. That is going to be our second of the year already. And again, you can join that club. It is $125 for the year. So if you want to learn, we actually do it on both the 700 series. We try to incorporate some of the 500 series and, of course, the 990. So we do so on the 990. So,
Oh, fun.
yep. Also, do you want to do the new program now?
Sure.
Okay, we've got a brand new program, and this is a new Riley Blake Block of the Month program.
Quilt of the month. Little mini quilt of the month.
month. Okay, so it's actually just a little mini.
They're all little
it's
mini
a trivet.
quilts. It's not quite.
Look,
Little
these
mini-
beautiful trivets.
Little mini quilts.
Yes, so again, little mini quilts. It's $34.99 per month, and you do have to commit to the full 12 months. So we only charge you once a month, though. So it's going to go onto your credit card. We keep a credit card on file. Every month you will be charged for that particular month's quilt. And again, are we going to be doing this live? Or
Yeah, on lives. Cindy's
It's
going to be doing
live,
it.
so cool. So another wonderful project we have for you for
That's so
lives. It should be lots of fun. All of the samples, let's take them over here.
Except for the turkey. We're missing the turkey.
We're
It's
missing one,
it's
yeah.
in process.
Yep, so the turkey belongs here. But otherwise, look at the cute little snowman.
These are so
with his
cute.
little carrot nose. Just adorable. And this is the Valentine's for this month. Is this what we're going to be doing on live, or have we already
No,
done it?
we're starting with the bunny.
Oh, we're starting with...
We're starting with April.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah, we're working ahead so you can have it done ahead.
Okay, good.
So this month we're doing April. Next month we're doing May.
I see. Okay, and then we're going to get back next year, or at the end of the year,
To back to January.
Back
Yes.
to January. Perfect.
Yes.
All right, that makes sense now.
So if you've already signed up, Monica, we just got them in today, so that we will.
We'll get your credit card
yeah.
charged, and we'll get it out to
Yeah.
you. So we did just get them out. You can still sign up for this program, though. So if you guys want to be involved in this, we will gladly take that information down. Can they do that online? Do you know? Is it online?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
We'll look into whether you can do it through the
No,
website.
Cindy said no. You have to call the store.
Oh,
because we need your credit card.
Good. So you do have to call the store. We do, have to have that credit card on file, and we'll have a list of everybody who has signed up and get you under control with that. So
Okay, that's gonna be fun.
Either leave a comment in the comment section here, or give a call to the store, and we'll get you taken care of on this. It's going to be very fun. Riley Blake does some wonderful stuff. So the
Yep.
fabric colors and everything else.
Super cute.
And that's all included in the kit.
And that
That's the
stinking cute
$34.99.
little box.
Isn't it? Yeah, exactly. I like that too. That's very fun.
$34.99 a month.
That's perfect. Is this what we're giving away?
Uh-huh.
Is it really?
It is.
Oh, this is fun. I like this. So this cute little, whatever you call
Little
it,
hanging.
wall hanging thingy.
Yeah.
Yes, is going to Carol Ward. Congratulations,
Yay, Carol.
That's wonderful. So Carol will have this in the hold area for you, and that's very fun. What else?
That's it, I think.
All right.
I've got a joke.
Oh, do you? Good, good.
I've got a joke. Okay.
I'm turning around to Paula here.
Okay. Alrighty, here we go. And then we'll get going on the quote. Okay. Sherlock Holmes and Dr. Watson decide to go on a camping trip. After dinner and a bottle of wine, they lay down for the night and go to sleep. Some hours later, Holmes awoke and nudged his faithful friend. Watson, look up at the sky and tell me what you see. Watson replied, I see millions of stars. What does that tell you? Watson pondered for a minute. Astronomically, it tells me that there are millions of galaxies and potentially billions of planets. Astrologically, I believe that Saturn is in Leo. Horologically, I deduce that the time is approximately 3:15. Theologically, I can see that God is all-powerful and that we are small and insignificant. Meteorologically, I suspect that we will have a beautiful day tomorrow. What does it tell you, Holmes? Holmes was silent for a minute, then spoke. Watson, you idiot, someone has stolen our tent.
That's very funny, actually. That's very cute, actually. Yep.
Not bad for a last minute joke.
No, that's right. That's right. I like that a lot. All right. So, Linda, we will try to figure that out for you. So just let us know how you want to deal with that, and I'll get Matt in touch with you on that. And Linda, so we will be shipping monthly the little box to you. So again, they're going to come in every month. For those of you who order this, you'll be charged $34.99, and we will send out the little box for that quilt block of the month, which is super cute over on our wall here. Okay. All right, you ready?
I'm ready. Let's trade places.
Okay, good deal.
Okay, so I'm so excited. Today we are starting our Rocky Mountain Sampler. This is a quilt that I designed, 15 years ago or something.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah, when
Jeez,
we were
you're just
moving
amazing.
From Arkansas to Colorado.
Oh, really?
So that hence
cool.
the Rocky Mountain.
There
right?
you go.
I have no idea if these have anything to do with that, but I liked it. So anyways, it's fun because you make each block separately, but then when you put them together, that's what creates the secondary design. So like this.
Oh, yeah, look at that.
This right here is the block. This is the block we're going to make. Not today. Today we're making a different block, but this is a block. But then when you put all the blocks together,
yeah, it makes different blocks. Yeah, look at that. How cool is that?
So it looks kind of like you make a block and then make this and then make a block, right? But not. You make each block like this, and then when you put them together, that's what makes the secondary design.
Oh, yeah. See, that's very fun.
So this is the block 1 we're making today. This block right
That is pretty
here.
Cool.
Okay.
Yeah,
So,
Paula is uber talented, by the way. So I mean, yeah, she does some incredible stuff.
okay. So let's go over to the cutting table, and we're gonna start from scratch and tell you all about it.
Perfect.
Okay. Okay. So this is the kit. We do have kits.
Yay.
$79.99 for the whole top and the binding. The quilt is 48 by 60. So it's kind of a
48
large
by 60.
lap.
Yeah, that is a large lap. That'd be my size lap.
So it
That's
has
good.
12 fat quarters you're going to use in your blocks.
Perfect.
It has 1/3 of a yard for the inner border. This is the binding, and this is 1/2 a yard. The background fabric is 1.5 yards. And then this is the fabulous border fabric.
Yeah, we love that, by
and
the way.
Outside
Yep.
border fabric, and it is 1 yard. So this is what we started with and kind of went from there to pick these fabrics.
Yeah, that's very
Okay?
fun.
So
And
that's what's in the
your
kit.
fabric choices on this were awesome, by the way.
Oh,
It was very cool.
I feel very lucky that we found this.
Yeah, that's for sure. That's very cool.
Okay, so that's what's in the kit.
Again, $79.99 for the kit. We do have kits available if you guys want to. Again, this is part 1 of this quilt. So, and it is going to go throughout the year. We're going to do this a block a month.
Right.
So,
Yep.
woohoo. All right.
Okay, so I saw a couple messages there that they were trying to download the design or the instructions and like a page printed twice or something. So I don't know what's going on. So after live, we'll get that straightened out.
Okay.
But in today's handout, you should get this. This is the yardages that you need, the requirements. Gives you the quilt size, 48 by 60. The finished blocks are 12 inches. And this is what you need for the quilt top, the batting, and the backing.
Perfect.
So that's one of the pages, okay?
All right.
Okay. The next page.
Oh, I got to show this really quick. Look at our little friend here. Isn't he adorable?
Oh, hi, sweetheart. Hi.
That's right.
Oh,
She's
so
like, oh,
sweet.
poor baby.
Don't talk to me. Don't talk to me. Okay, the next page is the cutting instructions, okay? You're going to have your half a yard of background fabrics, and this is what you're going to cut from there, okay?
Perfect.
And we'll talk about this a little bit. And then a third of a yard, this is what you cut for the inner border. This is what you cut for the outer border. Then we have the fat quarters, and I'm going to show you how to cut the fat quarters.
Cool.
For the background fabric, you have a yard and a half of fabric. And then you have your 12 fat quarters. You can, if you want to, just from month to month, just pull out 4 fat quarters in your background fabric and cut your pieces.
Oh, I see. Okay.
But a lot of that can be really intimidating for a lot of people because they're like, I don't know what 4 to pick. It gets kind of stressful, you know, we don't want to run out, blah, 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 blah. So I pre-cut my fabrics and I put them into little monthly kits.
Oh,
And I'll
see,
show you how
that's
we do
good.
it.
Yeah. Kate's good at that too. You can buy those little clips.
You can with the letters on
Yeah,
them.
exactly.
You
The
can.
letter clips.
Yeah.
They're fun.
So from your 1.5 yards of background fabric, you're going to cut that into 6 fat quarters, and then you're going to cut each fat quarter in half so that you end up with a fat eighths. And you're going to cut 12 fat eighths from your background fabric. So you have 1 fat eighth for each month.
Perfect.
Okay? So that's what you do there. For the fat quarters, I'm going to show you. This is what we did for Southern Stars last year too. If you already did this, you don't have to do what I do. If you want to just cut pieces from your fat quarters every month, you can do that. But this is a great way to do it so that you can pre-cut your fabrics, then you can play with the fabrics and the color choices, and then bundle them up and put them in a monthly bag.
There you go.
So
you've got all of your fat quarters here lined up.
Well, right now I
right?
only have 4. So
I
you
see,
can you
okay.
can cut them in 2s or 1s or 4s or 6s, however brave you are.
Okay.
And then these don't have to be exact perfect cuts.
So you're 4 layers brave then, is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Good, okay.
So first thing you're going to do is you're going to take your fat quarters and you're going to cut them in half. So this is 18 inches wide by 22 inches tall, approximately. So I'm just going to cut these in half. And now I'm going to cut them in half this way. What's half of 22? 11.
That's advanced math.
Okay, and you do this with all the fat quarters. And then you have all these fat quarters. I mean, all of these they're fat sixteenths now. These
The
are all
fat 16ths. Oh, good. Okay.
9 by 11.
Yeah.
So now you'll have your whole stack of fat 16ths, and you're just going to start picking you need 4 fabrics for each block, for each month. So I only did 4, so here's 4.
I see. Okay, cool.
So you would have your whole stack of all of your fat quarters cut into fat 16ths. And so you can kind of play with different color combinations.
Yeah, I was going to ask, do you keep them the same? I mean, do you grab 4 from each?
It's totally random. So
is it?
you just
Okay.
pick 4 random for January, 4 random
how
for
fun.
February.
So
4
everybody's
random.
quilt's going to look a little different.
Everybody's
then.
is going to look a bit different.
How cool is that? Yeah, that's fun.
And then you put that with your background fabric. You put it in a little baggie, put block 1, block 2, block 3. It just gives you a chance to lay out all of your fabrics and kind of put color combinations together that you like.
Huh.
Okay?
Yep.
Okay. Instead of every month
I'm with you.
looking at your stack of fat quarters and like, oh, which 4 should I pick? You know, have I already done this one? Have I already done that one?
Yeah.
This way you can do it ahead of time. Okay? Does
Cool.
that make sense?
It makes sense to me.
Okay.
But I'm not making the quilt, so.
Okay. If anybody has any questions,
That's
speak
right,
up or
exactly.
give me a call.
There you go. That's perfect.
Okay.
Oh, now we get into the tiny blocks.
Yep.
Oh my goodness. Look at this, guys. Oh, yeah.
These are the pieces.
That's fun.
Oh, yeah, you know what? It printed page 2 twice, and there's no page 3. That is weird.
Ruh-roh.
Okay.
I'll rescan it and put it back up there.
Yeah, we'll fix it. So this is your instructions for block 1. So here's your background fabric. This is your fat eighth. If you've cut your background fabric into fat eighths, this is what you need to cut. You need to cut 4 rectangles, 3.5 by 6.5. This is letter C.
Okay. And you marked it with the C.
I put a little sticker on there with
look at
C.
that. Okay,
or
good.
you can use your little letter clippies or anything you want. You need 2 2 7/8. This is piece D. You need 1 3 1/4 inch square cut twice diagonally. That's E. And then 4 1.5 by 2.5 inch rectangles. That's piece F. Okay.
Perfect.
And then from fat 16ths, 1, 2, 3, and 4. So from all 4 fat 16ths.
And those are the ones that we just cut out of your fat quarters.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Yep. From each of these, you're going to cut 1 3.5 inch square. I'm sorry, 2 3.5 inch squares from each fabric. So you'll have a total of 8. 1 3 7/8 inch square cut once diagonally.
Perfect.
Well, that's this right here. That is B.
Okay.
And then G is you're going to cut 1 2 7/8 inch square, cut once diagonally, and you're only going to use 1 triangle of each color.
Perfect.
Okay. Then you're going to need 1 7/8 inch square. You're going to cut it once diagonally. That's H. And I. 4 1.5 inch squares total.
That's a tiny little square.
It is.
All right. Perfect.
So that is this center block here is 6 inches. So these pieces are going to be a little bit smaller.
Oh, I see.
So
Okay.
be sure you check your seam allowance. Make sure you have accurate seam allowance.
And you're making 12-inch blocks on
But
this,
but
right?
then when you add all this to it,
Yeah.
it will be a 12-inch block finished.
Perfect.
Okay?
Oh, you look, it's right there.
Yep.
I knew I saw it somewhere.
Okay. So the thing about this is you really have to lay out your blocks. That's the most important thing, and that's kind of a little bit time consuming, but it's very important. So we're going to move over here and we're going to lay out our block because you really need to make sure you get all the pieces in the right place.
Good idea.
Okay?
And that's where the instructions come in. Again, we will get an updated version of the instructions on right after class here.
Yeah, I don't know what happened, how that happened.
Yeah, that's true. We probably didn't realize we were copying the back side because it looks like you got it double-sided.
I printed it from my computer. I sent a PDF to Cindy, so I'm not sure what happened.
Oh,
So
that's
I'll go
a
back
bummer.
and double
Okay.
check. I will correct it. Okay. So I'm just looking at my this is the block center. That's this right here. So right now I'm just kind of playing with the outside right now. You're going to make flying geese out of these 4 rectangles. So I'm just going to lay,
Oh, look at that.
this is where you kind of have to play with your fabrics
Yeah.
to kind of get the good combination that you like.
That's kind of fun.
Yeah, it is. Okay, so those are going to be your flying geese. These large triangles are going to be your corners. So let's see. These are going to be triangle squares.
Oh, look at this is fun. Hello, Karen. Glad you could join us. Yeah, you know what? I know it was getting hit harder in the south and the east than we did anywhere else. It was weird. I started off in a blizzard this morning, and literally within 5 minutes, I was in sunshine. It was very cool.
That's so crazy.
Yeah. Oh, now you're making the center
Now
one?
we're making the center, and I'm following this diagram right here. Okay? This block has a lot of pieces. Not all the blocks have this many pieces.
So you start them off fun, huh?
Yeah, just jumping right in, man.
So do you want to match that one and that one?
I'm going to, what am I going to do? No, I don't want to match. I want them to be,
Glad I could help.
yeah. I mean, in the end, they're all going to be all laying all next to each other, so it's really, you don't have to totally obsess about this. Okay? Okay. So this, I'm just looking at the diagram, laying these out. Oops, wait a minute. These go this way. Don't worry, we're going to sew these section by section, so don't freak out. But we have to lay it out ahead of time because the pieces in the center all have to work together. So you do have to lay it out ahead of time, and then we'll go back and we will sew them section by section. So don't freak out. Don't worry. This is totally doable. And when you see the block instructions, it will make sense.
So I'm fascinated by what goes through your mind when you're designing a quilt like this, how you can figure it all out, because this would blow me away.
A lot of playing around on the computer.
Oh, really? Yeah.
I do my designing on the computer on a program called Corel Draw.
Oh, yeah. That's right,
Okay,
Pam.
wait a minute.
Pam's very funny. She
What?
said, we're getting ready to get ready.
We're getting ready to get ready. Yes, we are. That's what we do. Okay, I need to look at my own instructions. Okay, so what we want is this to match this and this. See what I say when I lay them out? You want them to be very deliberate, like that. You want your red corner.
Oh, okay.
You want your green corner. I promise, when you read the directions, this will make sense. Want your yellow corner.
I like the yellow fabric. For some reason, it jumps out.
It's fun, isn't it?
Yeah, it is fun.
And then
And our pink corner.
our pink corner.
Look at that.
See, that's what makes it kind of have this, you got each corner
Oh, yeah,
matches.
look at that. That's fun.
Okay,
All right.
let's go over and show them
All
on
right.
the quilt again so they can see what it's going to look like.
We are getting ready to make this. Which one
This
are we
one
doing?
right here.
Oh, cool.
See, so how when you sew them together, how you
Yeah,
have
look at that.
your corners. Okay, so that's what we're doing.
That is just, like I said, putting a puzzle together.
It
It is
really, really is.
And the good thing is, if you get the piece wrong, you can just sort of mush it all together. And
Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we are going to just follow step by step, okay? First thing,
Renee says, would you just consider selling the quilt?
no, Renee, you said you're going to do this. We're going to do it
She
together.
did say all pre-cut. But I said, yeah, that's right.
So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to make the flying geese that go around the outside of the block, okay? It's the first thing we're going to do,
All right.
okay?
We like flying ducks, so that's good.
So first thing you're going to do is
Right sides together.
right sides together. I turn on my laser. If you don't have a laser, you can draw a line from corner to corner, okay? And we're going to just, let's see, let me make sure I've got this going the right way. I want it to go this way. Go back and forth. You got to go back and forth and check yourself.
That's right. Before you wreck yourself.
Before you wreck yourself. I've never heard it put that way. Funny thing is you start sewing these flying geese, and then you kind of forget where you started, and then you kind of have to remember.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And I think I did it wrong already once. Nope, I did that right. Okay.
No, you did it right.
Okay,
Good job.
I did it right. Okay, so this one, I need to go this way.
I'm glad you know, because I am.
Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and trim these and press them so that I remember where they went. I'm going to press towards the color, away from the white.
With our cool little Liso iron. We just got
know.
those in, by the way. So
knew
anybody who was waiting for those, we finally got an order in. They were back ordered forever.
I already called somebody.
Oh, did you? Good.
I did. Okay, so I'm doing this so that I can remember which one was where. So now I'm going to go ahead and finish these two flying geese.
Good idea.
And then I'm going to go do those two, okay?
The second part's easier, huh?
Yeah, because you already know which direction you got
That's
to
right.
go. Okay.
Renee says, so you start from outside to in? Is that how you would do a flying duck?
I start from the straight edge and go out to the corner. I start from here and go out to the corner.
Okay.
Is that what she's asking?
Yeah, I think so. Yep.
Because then if you start at the corner, sometimes your little corner can get sucked down into your
Oh, yeah,
your
we
stuff.
don't like that.
So it's if you start on the straight edge, that won't happen.
All right, that's a good call. So Teresa, that iron I think runs 129, and with a discount it's 103, something like that. But it's got really good steam, and it's nice and compact. It's a wonderful iron. I'll make sure we get that on the website, because we just did get a good shipment of them in.
I think it is up on Facebook Products.
It is. Oh, good. Okay. Okay. And that's the brand new Aliso compact iron. That's our best seller. Yeah, it makes life easier, because now you don't even have to get up. You can just wheel around in your little chair and go from machine to pressing station to.
Get your little cut and press next to you.
There you go.
Yeah, which is really handy when you're working on blocks with lots of pieces.
That's true. Sherry said, thanks for that little bit of advice there, because she's having trouble with that fabric getting jammed down into her needle plate.
Yep, definitely go from the straight edge.
Hi, Miss Marge. gonna have to come up with a quilt that you can just make out of flying ducks triangles.
Just out of the
All the
triangles you
extras.
cut off.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. You go right ahead, Patrick. Knock yourself out. Okay, so now the next step is we're going to sew our corner triangles together. That's these triangles right here. We're going to sew all of those together.
Perfect.
Okay?
And you're doing that on the bias.
Yep. So I'm going to turn off my laser. I'm going to go to the quilting menu and I'm going to go to O2, which moves my needle over so that I can do my 1/4 inch from the edge of my J-foot. It moved my needle over to make my 1/4 inch seam allowance.
Woohoo.
So be careful when you're sewing these that you kind of don't push and pull on them so you don't stretch them.
Kind of funny. I only know about 2 things about sewing, and every time that I recognize them, I point them out.
Oh.
Makes myself sound smart.
Well, you're the one who taught me the Q2. That was the best thing
That's
ever.
good.
Okay, I'm just going to take these and I'm going to press them and I'm going to put them back before I grab the other 2. So I remember where to put them. Okay. Pink and green I think was over here. And the red was over here.
You think so?
No?
I don't know.
I think that's right.
Okay, good.
We can always
I'll
move them
believe
around.
you.
After
That's
we...
right. Ann wants to know, do you use a scant quarter? And when would you use a scant quarter?
You can use a scant quarter because these are small pieces. A scant quarter might be good.
Yeah.
But just make sure it's not a fat 1/4 inch. So either straight on or tiny bit scant.
All right. Yeah, no, that Q2 is really good because, again, you can just use your J-foot and it's actually moving your needle position over to that 1/4 inch marking rather than you doing in the center needle position and using your 1/4 inch foot.
And I do it purely because I'm lazy.
That's good.
Okay, and then let's do this one that way. Okay.
I think that's beautiful.
Okay, so there's our outside. So now we're going to start working on our inside. Okay?
Good.
Okay. So first we're going to sew these corners together. Okay? These triangles that are on the corners.
Okay.
So we'll start with
Now,
yellow.
when you start getting into the bias sewing on smaller blocks, is it even more difficult, or does it
It's
matter?
actually
Is it
less
easier?
chance to stretch.
Oh, really?
Because
Oh,
it's a little
good.
bit smaller. So
Okay.
yeah. So just make sure you have a very accurate 1/4 inch or a tiny bit scant. And I'm going to go ahead and chain piece these because I know where they go because I need to match them back up with their little buddies.
Oh, yeah,
here.
look at that. Okay.
When you cut your pieces out of if you cut everything into fat 1/16 and you cut your pieces, be sure and cut frugally. Try not to waste, as you're cutting them. You should have enough fabric, but just be frugal and careful when you're cutting your pieces.
All right. So why, when you get towards the end of squares or triangles, does it tend to pull inside, not making a good 1/4 inch?
Why, when what?
So she's saying she gets towards the end of her squares or triangles, it tends to pull inside. I don't know.
I'm not sure what that means.
I'm not either. Try it with this bigger foot, Renee, because you've never done it with the J foot.
Oh, I see what she's saying. The corner kind of curls under because
Exactly,
you don't
'cause
have
you-
as much.
Yes.
It happens.
Yeah.
And you just have to hold
It's
on
one
to
of
it.
those
You can get a stiletto
S
and kind of
happens
poke
there,
it.
Renee.
You can get a stiletto and hold on to it with the point of a stiletto and guide it through, and that will keep it from pulling in.
I like that word.
Stiletto.
Uh-huh. It's so versatile.
I'm going to press towards the colors, away from the white.
To the dark side, always.
Not always. Most of the time. I'm going to go ahead and trim off the little...
R, R,
I,
R, R.
I would have bet $100 somebody that you would do that. I would be $100 richer.
I have to entertain myself,
Yeah,
you know.
apparently. Okay. So let's put these back, and we're going to put them back so that they match their little triangle buddies, okay?
Yep.
If people have questions, you're telling me, right? So that I can
I am.
answer 'em?
I'm on top of the questions today.
Okay. All right. Now the next thing we're going to do is we're going to make these little flying geese.
Wow.
Okay?
That looks scary.
Nope, it's not. You've got your triangle. See how it sticks out over here? This point over here sticks out.
Yep.
When you lay these triangles together, you're going to line up the bottom flush. Okay?
Yep.
It's going to overlap, but that's going to be your 1/4 inch seam allowance. You want it to overlap because when you sew and you do your 1/4 inch seam, you're going to get here and you're going to end up right where that overlap
look
starts.
at that.
Okay?
Yep, that's awesome.
So line it up on the bottom of the big triangle.
Barb says seal ears now.
Okay? All right, let's see. How's going to be the best way to do this? I think I'm just going to do them one at a time.
It's probably good. That would be my way. I know that. I would be so confused if I tried to production
you could
sew
try to chain
on
piece
these.
them, but it's easier to not. So again, I'm lining up the bottom of the big triangle all the way down to the point. See how it sticks
Yep,
up? That's
I
where your
do, I
1/4
do.
inch is going to be.
Well, that's even better than I said, Teresa. That doesn't happen very often.
What's that?
The iron's only $88.
Oh,
Is that right?
I don't know.
We should probably check that. Hurry, buy them before we catch it. Hey, Cindy,
And there's your little flying geese.
will you go check the price on the irons to make sure they're okay in the system? Look at that.
And there's
That is
another
so
little flying
cool. That
goose.
is a little flying. It's a
Okay.
little baby goose.
It's a little baby
A little
goose.
baby goose.
Okay, so here we go again. It doesn't matter which side you do first, because you're not going to be able to tell when you get it all sewn together.
Would steam be better than using perfect seam solution?
I don't
So-
know what perfect seam solution.
You know what? I think it's that stuff that we use when we're doing the Kimberbell, you know, the little iron roller and stuff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I use steam.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think steam. I think that solution that you put on there, it does make a, it's like a starch. So,
I mean, you could use a starch like Best Press or whatever, you know, if you want to. I mean, if you feel like you want to, you can. You can starch the pieces before you sew them, especially the bias triangles, so that that helps you not stretch them.
yep, perfect.
So if that helps you sew more accurately and so you don't stretch. See, so now I'm going to trim off. See how?
Yeah,
Got
look
right
at
to
that.
the 1/4 inch.
And a little rabbit ear. What does a rabbit sound make?
I don't know. I have no idea.
Help me out here, Paula.
Okay, 2 more.
I think that price is right, by the way, everybody. So I was just teasing. I actually overestimated, which is good. So I do think it is only $88. That's a deal.
That's a deal.
Yes, it is.
And I think we have all the colors.
Buy them while it's hot.
Yes. Well, they're not like new. I mean, we've had them for a little while, but we just got restocked on it.
Okay, so while she finishes that, I am going to take you over and show you one more time on our newest program that we're going to be doing for Facebook Lives. and it just happens to be right behind me here. So again, these are the Riley Blake little quilts of the month. So we are going to be starting this program, I think this month. We're going to be starting with April's block, which is this adorable little bunny. We just got him in today. So if you have signed up for this program, it's $39 a month. You do have to commit to the entire year. So to the entire 12-month program, because when we order them in bulk. So again, it would be $39 for each quilt. It comes in this absolutely adorbs little box. And all of your fabrics are in there and instructions. And again, we're going to be doing this on Facebook Live throughout the year. So we'll get you through all of the 12 projects together. And very, very fun. Because we are doing this as a monthly charge, you do have to call the store or leave a comment on the website or on the Facebook Live here, and we'll get you signed up for that program. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm on my last little flying geese.
Your little baby goose?
Mm-hmm. My little fuzzy little baby flying geese.
That's right. So, and again, today we are doing Paula's quilt, which is called the Rocky Mountain Sampler. And this is block 1 of a 12-month program also. So we're going to be doing our block of the month for this year. We are actually doing this block today. And again, you can get into this program while we're at the beginning. Kind of fun.
Yep, kits.
The kits are $79.99. And Paula is going to be doing this for you once a month for the rest of the year.
Okay, so now we're going to sew our flying geese to these little white rectangles, to the bottom of them. Okay?
Yep.
We're getting ready to get ready. We're getting
We
closer.
we are getting closer. Is there applique on the Riley Blake blocks?
I think they're all pieced. Oh, there is a little bit of applique. Yeah, the bees.
Okay, yeah, so there is some applique on the Riley Blake blocks. Say that 3 times fast.
I'm going to go ahead and chain piece these.
You know, Roxy, let me find out. By the way, that snowman table runner is adorable. The one that Amanda's going to do.
Tomorrow.
Oh, is that tomorrow?
She's teaching class tomorrow.
Is there a fabric kit for that? Do you
Yep,
know?
there is.
There is? Okay. Well, I just found out, Roxy. There is a fabric kit for that. That's going to be an in-store class.
Uh-huh.
But we do have a fabric kit for it if you want to do it at home.
Well, we'll have to make more if people are doing it at home, because I think she just made up for enough for the class.
Oh,
But I
she
think
did? Oh,
can make
okay,
more.
okay.
I think she can make more.
Yep. I will have Amanda get in touch with you on that, Roxy. I think Roxy's out of state.
Yes. Okay.
So let me see.
Okay. So let's put them all back by their buddy. Oh, let's see. It goes this way. The rectangles go towards
wow.
the center.
See, even when you do the pieces parts, you can get them backwards.
Yep, you really
I would
got to
fail
make sure
miserably at this.
Got to make sure you get them
My
all.
little puzzle would be a mess.
No.
Good job.
Just take it step by step. Now we're going to sew that little 4-patch together.
Oh, thanks, Ruth. That's very sweet of you.
And I'm going to press the seams going opposites so that when I sew these 2 patches together, the seams will nest.
So for this quilt, Barb, it's $79.99 for the Rocky Mountain Sampler quilt. I think that's what you were talking about. So it's $79.99, And it is online, or you can leave a comment here and we'll get that ordered for you.
There's also a backing kit for $29.99, and I'll show you the fabric for the back.
You know, that pattern, Patricia, is it's a Juju, Designs by Juju, and it's an embroidery, isn't it? Mm-hmm. The snowman sampler? Yes. I mean, the snowman deal.
Yep. Yep.
And let me show that to you guys so you know what we're talking about here. I think I've got it real close.
Let me just show you what I'm going to do here.
Oh, sure, sorry.
So that's okay. Then I'll do it while you show them that.
You got it.
Now you sew these 3 rows together, these 3 pieces together, and this row together.
Oh,
to
cool.
Make your
Make
block
that little center.
Yep. Okay?
I got it.
Okay. Carry on.
All right, that sounds good. So this is the class tomorrow. Again, this is Designs by Juju. It is a In the Hoop project. We are doing this in store, so we're not going to be doing this online. But again, we do have kits available for it. If you wanted to order one and order the pattern, their instructions are really good. So I think you'd have fun sewing it at home too. I thought so, Roxy. That's good. I hope Wisconsin's treating you well.
I'm scared of that quilt, Paula.
But that's what lives are for, Billy. You don't have to be scared.
Okay.
Somebody just came in and said they're scared of this quilt.
No, don't be scared. I know the pieces are small for the center pieces, but you can do it. You can do it.
That's right. Getting ready to get ready.
Yep. Just take it step by step.
Yeah, from the car.
One piece at a time.
Yep.
Look at how this is all coming together. So fun. I get to drive to Steamboat tomorrow.
Oh, lucky you.
I know. Can't wait.
Oh, I wonder if you'll run into snow.
I hope not, because we're in the van.
Oh.
And it's going to be that van handles snow about as well as it's really bad. Yeah.
Okay, so now I'm going to press, and I'm going to press my seams going opposites. I'm going to press out towards the corners, and then I'm going to press in to the center. Okay?
Perfect. Out towards the corners and in towards the center. Is that what you said?
Yep.
Shirley, what pattern are you looking for? Are you looking for the Rocky Mountain Sampler? It's going to be on the website under today's date. This is the first part of this block of the month program. So again, if you're looking to do this quilt with us, we're just starting it today, and we're going to do one block the very end of every month, and you guys will have lots of fun with this. So again, the kit is $79.99.
I'm going to pick one apart and resew it because I don't like the way it looks. And then there is a backing kit for $29.99, and I will show you the back. It's really cute. It's a 108, 108
That might
inches.
be the first time ever I've seen you unsew something.
No, I unsew all the time. The backing kit is made from 108 inch wide fabric, so you don't have to seam it. You don't have to put any seams in the backing.
Oh, that's
so it's kind of handy.
Bonus.
Okay.
That's a good way to do it, Renee. Just put it on perpetual pause. She said she's going to rewatch the recording
Okay, good.
and pause, and so
And do
long.
step by step.
That's
there you go.
right.
You go, girl. You can do it.
I should probably pay more attention then. You need a good cameraman in that case, Renee.
You don't do too bad. That's better. Okay.
Thanks for the nice words, Barb, and we
Alrighty.
do miss you too, that's for sure.
So make sure you got all your pinks in the corner, all your greens, all your reds, all your yellows. Okay? Now we're going to sew the 3 rows together.
Just like that.
Just like that. And if you press those seams opposites like I just did, your seams will nest nicely.
And yeah, Debbie, we will show you the backing. That the kit is just the top. It's not including the backing. So
Right.
we will show you the backing. And again, she did use the 108. So we'll make sure we get that ordered for you too. Yeah, we are coming up on 5 years of lives. That just blows me away. I just can't even get over that.
Bye.
You know, Wanda, they just came out with an email on that today. It was foot 73, but they changed it for the Bernina foot sale this month. That's pretty funny, Patty. Yes, we will definitely get those combined for you. At least you have a name for it, Monica. That's good. She said Jack the Ripper will be my friend on this project. And just name our seam ripper Jack.
Okay, how does that look?
Look at that's very cool.
So now we're going to sew these together.
It's almost like a little woven.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah, that's fun.
And then these 3 together and these 3 together. But I'm going to grab some water from my iron.
Uh-oh. All right, so let's talk about all the stuff we've been doing here today. So while she gets some iron for our water for our iron for our water. So again, this is the quilt we're going to be working on all year. We are doing block number 1, which is this guy here. Again, this quilt is $79.99 if you want to buy a kit. It is a free quilt, by the way. So if you want to do your own fabrics, we will have all of the instructions month by month on the website. It is called the Rocky Mountain Sampler. So Roxy, I think she chose that name because she was moving to Colorado from Arkansas. Isn't that right?
When I was writing it.
Yeah, when she was writing it. So she had Rocky Mountains on the mind.
Yes, I did.
Let's see if we can figure out where there's mountains on this quilt. So here's some mountains. Look, that's perfect.
Okay, let's make sure I get this going the right way. Do I want to go this way? Yeah. Make sure
Yeah, I was going to say, what are you doing there?
that you have your corners going this way, not going from the center out to the corner. You want your seams to be going this way.
Okay,
You want them to be going this way.
perfect.
Okay?
All right.
Not like that.
That's bad.
That's bad. You want them to
That's
go like
good.
that.
All right.
Okay?
Once again, another mistake I would definitely make.
Because when you go put the blocks together, that's what creates that secondary design, and it'll look weird if you have something twisted the wrong way. You'll look at it and go, why does that look weird? Until you figure it out what you did, because that's what I did.
We all got to find a more innovative name than Jack for our rippers, by the way.
Something a little less sinister,
That's right, exactly.
like Ben Betty
Like-
the Ripper.
There you go, exactly. Call it Sunshine.
Sunshine the Ripper. Roxanne.
There you go. That's a great name, Ann.
What?
Devlin.
Devlin?
It's devil with the YN at the end of it. That's very funny. So Debbie, so again, if you go to our website, which is aboveandbeyondsewing.com, you're going to go up to the classroom calendar, the class calendar.
The events calendar.
Excuse me. Yes, go to calendar and events and today's date, and we will have a copy of the instructions under today's date.
Okay, let's lay this and make sure.
And then, but don't print them out yet, because there is a little bit of a problem with them. We're going to get that corrected right after live.
All 3 pages with block 1 instructions, because it's printing off weird. People are saying.
Yes, she did put this block together fast. And you guys are all under the same time requirements as Paula, so you have to sew it in less than an hour.
Okay.
Look
so
at that.
I think what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to press the center row. I'm going to press with the seams going out. And then the top and bottom row, I'm going to do with the seams going in.
Perfect.
Does it look okay, Cindy? I thought it looked okay too, but I wasn't sure. We'll go look.
Yeah, we'll make sure. My chair is like falling apart right before my eyes. No, I think wine is a perfect accompaniment to this quilt block. It's Oh, no, Karen, it is not too late to order. So we have kits available. And again, this is perfect time to order because we're just getting started. So
Yep.
we will be doing this again once every month and get you through this beautiful quilt. Like I said, I think it's one of my favorites that she's done. I just I don't know if it's the... I do like the way that you put all the blocks together to make different patterns in the middle of
To
them.
make that secondary design. Yeah, it's kind of fun. It's kind of a surprise.
And I would agree, Molly. I think that's the coolest part. The design in the middle is very cool. And then when you put the blocks together, it makes a different design. So it's even better than that.
So
And yes, Cheryl, it does have the yardage, the total yardage to make the entire quilt.
I'm gonna scooch a little bit to make my seams match.
Oh, okay. There is a lot of scooching and pushing and pulling.
And that's the beauty of a steam iron.
That's good. That's right.
Because you can just iron the heck out of it and lay it flat.
There you go.
Okay, we're almost done, you guys.
Yay. One more seam.
And if you're sewing these blocks and all of your corners aren't perfect, you know, if they're a little overlapped or, you know, cockeyed, don't worry about it, because when you put all the blocks together and you sew them together and you put it all together, it's all just going to blend together and it's going to look lovely.
That's right.
So don't stress if some of your points aren't perfect, okay? Because you're not going to be able to tell.
Just have Kate resew them for you. That's what I do. Yes, let me show you one more time. In fact, I'm going to let Paula show her block here real quick. This is the first block. Ta-da!
Yay.
That is awesome, awesome.
We did it, we did it!
We did. That was perfect. Good job. So again, that's block number 1. And this is what Paula was talking about earlier. So again, she sewed this block today. But if you put it together with this, oops, I'll let you do that. So you put it
Here's
together.
the block,
Yep.
But then if you put it next to the next block, and the next block, and the next block, that's
Makes
what
another
creates
block.
this
Yes.
cool secondary design.
Yeah, isn't that cool? So again, just a very, very innovative quilt. This is, again, a Paula original. So you guys are in the midst of greatness here. So,
This is block 2. This is what we're going to do next month, I believe.
oh, cool. So again, the kits for this are $79.99. If you want one, you can. Oh yeah, you're talking about the backing.
This is the
Oh,
backing.
look at that.
That's a fun fabric.
That's really
And it's a
cool.
108 wide, so you won't have to put a seam in your backing. It's just one big hunk.
Oh yeah, that is really a cool fabric
It's
too.
fun,
Look
isn't
at
it?
that.
It's really
Yeah.
cute. It goes with it really well, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. Yeah, that's awesome.
Okay.
So that's the backing. How much is the backing?
$29.99.
$29.99 for the backing.
Really good price.
Yes, a good deal. All right.
If you use regular yardage, regular 44-inch wide yardage, you need 3.5 yards, but that's on the pattern too.
Okay, perfect.
Okay.
All right, everybody. So thanks for joining us today. If you have any questions, call us at the store, and we'd be glad to answer them. And otherwise, we will see you tomorrow for our Fabulous Friday show.
Kate's going to be doing it tomorrow.
Yep, sounds good.
Okay.
All right, everybody. Have a great day.
Bye.
Bye.